I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be losing yourself and becoming a pleaser. Well, I've got an email here from a guy who went through a bad breakup. Then he found out about my work, started applying it. What's interesting is he went along with everything his ex-girlfriend wanted him to do. He basically gave up his career, his friends, stopped going to the gym. He did everything that she said that she wanted him to do and to become, and of course she dumped him. Then he found my work, started applying it, got back into a career that he loved, going to school for it, taking care of his body, and now he's presently engaged to a woman that he really loves and really adores, and she supports who he is and what he does. Because I know a lot of people, probably the majority of the people that find out about my work, they're trying to get over a breakup or they're trying to get an ex back initially. And so it's a pretty shitty place to be. I've been there plenty of times in my life, and it doesn't matter whether you're the dumper or the dumpee. It still hurts like a fucking motherfucker, and it stings. So for those of you who are in that kind of situation right now, this is a great email for you to see what this guy did to turn things around from where he was hurting really bad initially when he came to me to where everything is going great in his life now. So I have a quote that I wrote on this topic, and then we're going to go through it, because this is something a lot of guys struggle with. They try to make a woman happy. They try to, they think they're doing the right thing by becoming what she says she wants, and they do that, and she loses all attraction and interest and kicks the guys to the curb. So the quote says, "A big mistake a lot of men make when they get into a relationship is that slowly over time they stop being the ambitious, exciting, confident, fit, and interesting men they were that attracted their women to them in the first place. They often give up everything that matters to them in an effort to please and become what their women say they want. This predictably leads to their women losing respect, attraction, and romantic interest in them to the point that they get dumped. They no longer focus on being awesome and pursuing their dreams, but instead become pleasers in an effort to become what their women say they want. Men should never give up their dreams, goals, ambitions, or healthy eating and exercise habits to please anyone. If they do, they will simply lose themselves, and eventually their women will leave them." So let's go through his email. He says, "Hey Corey, started watching your videos a couple of years ago right after an ex and I broke up. I was always a natural at getting girls and didn't know why until I found out everything you were teaching is what I was actually doing. I always had a drive for success, was confident, and wanted to better myself every day. So much that I hated texting or calling people because I had stuff I wanted to do. Again, that's why I teach that the phone is for setting dates. And especially when you don't do that, a lot of guys make the mistake of chit-chatting all the time thinking they got to talk a girl into liking them. When the girl already does, and all you really need to do is make a date when that happens, is they literally talk her out of liking them. I mean, if you think about it, if you're available 24/7, and then you get busy with your career, your mission, your purpose, whatever, when, say 6 months into the relationship, and then you don't text and call, she's used to you how you used to be, and then she's going to get pissed off, and no matter what you say or no matter what you do, she's going to remember how you were in the beginning, how you were texting and calling all the time, and now you don't. So she's going to interpret that as you don't care. It's a really bad way to go, because you spoil a woman like that and she starts to expect that you're going to be available 24/7, and then you get busy with your life or whatever happens to be, and you're not available 24/7, or you take a little bit of time to get back to her, it's going to piss her off and just create unnecessary problems. So save yourself the hassle and just use the phone for setting up dates. And besides, even with little smartphones, using your thumbs, I mean, it's fuck pain in the ass. I really hate texting. And if I get a text and I'm on my computer and it's somebody else with an Apple device, I'm going to use my computer keyboard to reply. It's just, I fucking hate it. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun. It's much better if you're going to talk, if you're not in the same country or whatever, to do a video Skype or a FaceTime where you can actually see each other and talk. But again, if you're making a date in the future, you have something to look forward to. If you're talking all the time, you get together on your date, think about it. If you know everything she's been up to all week and she knows everything you've been up to all week, what are you going to talk about? Think about it. I mean, it's common sense, but a lot of guys have the mistaken perception that they need to talk and chit-chat, and that'll cause her to like them. And all they end up doing is just ruining something that was great to start off with. So he says, when we first started dating, I followed my mission of being successful, and if she wanted to hang out, it would be when I wasn't busy. The things that I did made my ex want to spend every minute with me, and she always said, you're going to be the one to break this heart. I know it. I love the girl, but I was never head over heels in love. And despite that, it still hurts like hell, because as a man, when you're the one that gets dumped, rejection breeds obsession, and then all of a sudden you think, oh my God, this is the woman I'm meant to be with. I screwed up the one. I got to get her back. But the reality is, it's when I do a lot of phone sessions with guys, I point that out to them, especially when I never hear the word love. They never talk about how into her they were, how much they love her. It's just they never put in the effort because they just weren't into the girl. But if the girl dumps them because she gets tired of that, or she recognizes he's not really into her, then they think, I got to get her back. I'm in love. It's meant to be. I was so stupid. You don't realize what you got till it's gone. But the reality is, you get back together with a girl like that 3-6 months later, you're right back to feeling the same way you were before. As time went on, though, time went through the relationship, by listening to what she was telling me, I slowly stopped working out and achieving greater success, even to the lengths of quitting a successful school career and quitting hanging out with my friends, to the point where no one would even call me because they knew I would blow them off, all to please her because that's what she wanted. As I discuss in my book, when a woman falls in love with you, everything they do is to get your attention. They want your attention all the fucking time. And that's great and it's wonderful, but you should never give up who you are. You should never give up your career in school or your job or your business or your friends or your family because she says that's what she wants. Remember, you had all these things going on in your life when you first met, and she was really attracted to you because of that. And so in order to get more of you to herself, she starts getting rid of the friends, finding problems with them. Oh, I don't like that guy. I don't like that person. And next thing you know, you've given up everything that made you interesting and sexy and attractive to her. And then she gets rid of you, saying, oh, we don't have any chemistry. I just don't feel it anymore. You basically turned into Gumby. And you let her bend you into a pretzel. And when it no longer stimulated her, she thinks she's no longer in love with you. But she doesn't understand, and most women don't understand this, that guys do this in order to make them happy. It's actually going to turn them off in the long run. That's why you must resist the urge. Because the right woman for you is somebody that supports your goals and supports your dreams. Somebody that's your biggest cheerleader. If you're with a woman who's not, if she's not willing to be supportive and encourage you to be more than what you already are today, then you're with the wrong woman. Any woman that you're with that she doesn't support your purpose, you're with the wrong girl. That's just a fact of life. Fast forward 2 years, and she ended up dumping me. As you can imagine, I was shocked. I don't think I wanted her back because I was in love with her, but more for the fact that she dumped me, and it made me feel like I was worthless. Rejection breeds obsession. Your identity becomes associated with being in the relationship with that person, and when they kick you to the curb, I got to get them back. Because that's who you were. That's the story you tell yourself. Your story involves them being in your life, and when they choose to not be in your life, it's like you don't know how to be yourself anymore, because this guy completely lost himself. He gave up everything that he was to be with her because she wanted his attention, but he made the mistake of sacrificing all his dreams, his goals, and the people that were important to him in his life in order to make her happy. And that's not what a man does. A man says, baby, I love you, but I'm not giving up my friends. I'm not giving up my career. I got to be who I am, and I need you to support me. I'm not trying to change you into something else, so don't try to change me into something else. It's part of knowing yourself and being comfortable in your own skin and not being willing to compromise, because the right people will support and encourage you being you. Not only your significant other, but your friends, your family, your business partners, whoever you happen to be involved with. And people that don't, you need to get them the hell out of your life, because all they're going to do is get in the way of you reaching your full potential. Something I never would have done before is that I begged her to take me back, because that's how I thought guys got back the girl, thanks to the good old movie makers. She actually laughed in my face, he says. So he wasn't even into the girl in the first place or that into her, and he's begging her, and she laughs in his face. Talk about being totally emasculated by that. Luckily, after this, I took whatever I had left of my balls and didn't look back. This made me feel like the world's biggest bitch, and I can see why she didn't take me back. The wake from all this made me lose connection with friends, a good career, and being in shape. I started getting my shit together again, and now am back to working out, hanging out with friends, finishing up my schooling for a very successful career, and am engaged to a girl that is even better than anyone I could have ever dreamed about. It's like I always say, you'll either get the ex back that you want, that you think you're so in love with, or you're going to get somebody better if you just apply the things that I teach in my book. And here's another example of another guy that's done just that. Time and repetition. That's why I say you got to read the book 10 to 15 times. Because when you read it 10 to 15 times, it becomes instinctual. You don't have to think about it anymore. You can't just substitute watching these videos. A lot of guys do it. And I do a lot of phone sessions with guys. I'm like, and he's, oh, I've been following you for 2 years. Hey, have you read the book yet? No, I haven't gotten around to it. I've just been really busy. And you wonder why you got dumped? You got to learn the fundamentals, dude. This experience was the worst, but also the best thing that could have happened, and it made me grow in knowledge immensely. I wanted to send you this email to thank you for what you were doing for people, and I felt I should share the story to maybe help one person who was in the same situation that I was, because I wish I could have known what I was doing wrong before it was too late. Yes, there needs to be compromise, but don't stop doing the things you love because you are trying to please the girl. Again, you turn into a pleaser, you will get rejected eventually. Women want a man who is strong, who is comfortable in his own skin, who loves who he is, who's not going to compromise. It's like that Steve McQueen quote I fucking love. I live for myself and I answer to nobody. Doesn't mean you're a selfish jackass, but you got to make yourself happy. And what this guy did is he stopped doing all the things that made him happy, including got rid of all of his friends. He just blew them all off. I had a friend that was like, I've talked about him before, one of my college roommates. We were great friends, but it's like, as soon as he got a girlfriend, he would just disappear. He'd make plans with us and just not show up. And then the next time we'd see him, like, dude, what happened? You didn't show up, you didn't answer your phone. We had plans. And he would really look us right in the eye and act stupid, like, we had plans, huh? I mean, he just would, as soon as he got into a relationship, he stuck his head right up his girlfriend's ass and just followed her all around. But as soon as she ditched him, which they all did, they all dumped him, they all broke his heart, he came running back like a little puppy dog. Hey, let's hang out. We never hang out anymore. We got to get together, man. Let's go out and party. Let's hang out. I was like, dude, you blew us off. That's why we stopped calling. What? Anybody? What, me? I did that? It's like, come on, man. It's like some people are just like that. They got to learn the hard way. So thanks for the great email, and thanks for turning your life around and making it awesome, because there are lots of people out there that are going to see this and they're going to be inspired. They're hurting like you once were. And if you did it, you're inspiring other people to do it. So that's awesome, man. Good for you. Good job. And if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I shall talk to you soon.